Top of the morning. Okay, so we're at the farm this morning and water levels are coming up. It's we've had a really good bit of rain yesterday, which was fantastic, and it's coming over the spillway at Fensmere quite solidly now, which is great. It means it's come up it's come up about 4 or 5 inches, which is awesome. I've come up the farm and you can see behind me we're starting to fill the area that this is the area that was all dug out. It's starting to get cover now. So look, probably within the next few weeks, we're going to have this totally covered with it's got at least 2 foot of water over the top of it, which is, it's just going to be so good. I'm so excited. It gives me extra water on this place, and they're going to be up here grubbing about because there's, obviously going to be a load of lovely clay for them to get amongst, and it's going to just be so productive for this top lake. Brought it out now to 1.8 acres I've measured it out at, so a really good size for me to bring what will be the C2s onwards up, so coming into their C3 years, so their 3rd summer years, because they've got to be cormorant proof to be up here. So yeah, let's just have a little look. All right, so there we go. She's still got plenty of water to get on top of this. As I say, there's probably still nearly 2 foot to go on there, but it makes this lake so much better. Yes, I was chatting to some of my clients that have taken fish this year, and so November's going to be a busy month for us up here at Fensmere. I've got fish to deliver all over the show, and I've got new inquiries last night. Look, it's looking really good and super positive, and these incredible fish will be getting out all around France, and some lucky fishery owners are going to have some belters, that's for sure. So I think it's worth talking about this because it's a point of difference of Fensmere, Fensmere Fish Farm and Fensmere Fishing Lake. I've tried to do things differently over here. When we got over here in 2019, I was put on to get fish for Fensmere, and basically I got a load of fish that had come out of some pre-fish lake. And the first lot of fish that I got, they were all damaged. And look, this is very common out here. That's not saying that it's the same for every fish farmer, but it's very common. There's a lot of what I call fish movers in France, right? They might buy fish in from doing a netting on a plan d'eau that's been fished for the last 10 years. They buy them in cheap, they put them in a lake, they put feed into them for a year, and then they sell them on and make a profit. Well, you're buying those fish at top rate, and often when they arrive, it's very difficult to turn them fish away, and you're excited because you've got your fish turning up, and it's easy to overlook problems and issues. So one of the key factors and the key things with my operation is that I've bred these fish from this big through to when they go out, and I know every single one of them. I know exactly how old they are. So when I go and deliver these fish, I can tell you that fish is 3 summers old. That fish is 4 summers old. You know how old those fish are. When you're dealing with the bigger fisheries and fish farmers, they may have 100-acre lakes, right? And they know that they're going to be selling fish between that sort of 10 to 15 kilos. So they harvest the lake, 100 acres, they harvest it. There's hundreds and hundreds of fish. All they take is the ones that are the size that they are going to sell. So you may have a load of fish in there that don't make that grade, and they get put back in. Well, next year that fish might make that grade, but it's actually a year older. It's now not a C4, it's a C5. But you don't know that as a fishery owner. All you know is that the fish has made the grade and it's the weight, but it's not one of the shooters. Fensmere Fish Farm got these fish, by the time they come to be sold, have gone through 3 or 4 gradings, which means that I've optimized and picked out the very best fish of each of the year groups to be the ones that get sold. So they are the shooters, they are the best fish, they're the best growers, the healthiest, the best looking, the best scale patterns, the best shape. And so that's what you're buying when you buy a fish from Fensmere Fish Farm. You're buying something which is akin to what you would be dealing with in the UK, which is very different to a lot of the fisheries and a lot of the fish farming in France. So if you're interested in getting fish, you know, this year I still have fish. I still have fish around that we can look after you with. So if you're interested in fish, just give us a buzz. At the, you know, in the description of this video is the links to all of the websites, etc., where you can get in touch with me. So drop us a line and I'll see what I can do. I'll always give you a chat, and we can have a discussion on what I've got available and what I can deliver and when I can deliver it. All right, guys, I'll catch you later. Bye-bye. All right, so we're up at the top here of the main lake, and this is the area that always flooded, always was flooded, this area. And look, after some rain, my channel is filled up, because this paddock over here floods into here, you see, because the river floods into here. So this channel, I think, is going to do me the world of good. It's going to dry this area out and make it so much better up here. I've grass seeded all of this bund area, so hopefully over the course of the next 2 months that grass seed, which is a winter rye, will grow, and it'll come up nicely and give me a nice bit of coverage and solidify that bank, and then we should be good. Let's have a look at what water flow we got. I'm pretty sure we've had some come through here, so yeah, we've had some come through. Okay, my little weir area. It's not high enough at the moment, but it definitely was yesterday, I can tell. There's my inflow pipe here. There's the inflow pipe. There's rock walls there that I put in. And that just artificially increases this height enough to just give me that little bit more water coming in through the lake. There's none coming in now, but that's filled up, which means that we've had water through there, which is good. And all right, there's my defence work. It's all looking good. Again, all this was grass seeded. It's all looking good. If you notice as well, I actually dug this corner out, which was creating a little bit of a choke point here on the flow. So I dug that out as well. And now that means that that's going to flow through there really quick and nicely, which will stop the flooding occurring. Bloody marvellous. So here we are on the spillway of the main lake here. So we've probably come up a couple of inches. At its when it was flowing yesterday, it may well have just been lapping over there, but we haven't had it quite up enough yet. But I'd say within this next few days we're going to be flowing here again and going over the top, which is, well, what I want. It'd be nice to give this a nice flush. Really happy with this as well. This is the old concrete tank where I hold fish during the winter after harvest. You know, as I've shown you before, I've got this, you know, just a small old hose pipe putting water in, but it's now brought it up and just kept this to a fantastic level. And it's just got a lovely flow of fresh water coming through from the top lake. Fresh, obviously, it's got water coming from the top lake, which has got a load of fish in, but it's definitely better than just having it as a stagnant pond. Oh, I've got bubbles coming up over here. This has got about 150 tench in it at the moment. That's going to go up to my good mate Benoit. It's still going to hold some fish this winter, but what it's definitely going to be doing next spring, well, over the rest of the winter actually, when we do the harvest, I'm going to select 2 brood females, 3 or 4 brood males that I'm going to put in here. They'll be they'll be in their fourth, just at the end of their 4th summer. It's about the right size to keep them. You don't want them getting too much bigger. They're going to come in here and they're going to be my future brood stock. Because of this Arrow Head that I've got growing in here, and there's also some Potamogeton as well, it's going to be the perfect environment for those to spawn. I can drop it super quickly via my little upstand here, take the males and the females back out. They can go back into the main lake, and then I can let the pinheads get on in here and do their thing, and then I can grade them out, and they're going to be graded out to over here, because this is going to be my new stock pond I'm digging. It's going to be it's going to be done on the premise of it being the silt trap for this water. Now, up here at the fish farm, we have up here at the farm the license, the pisciculture license, runs until 35. So we've still got 10 years on that license, but I know full well you know, we've obviously got the diversion channels done and that here, but this hasn't got a, excuse me, got something in my mince pies. This hasn't got a silt trap. And I know full well that in 10 years time, I probably might not be here then, but whoever's going to take it on is going to have needed to then develop and get a silt trap set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig the silt trap here on the pretense of it being a silt trap, so that the DDT don't give me any grief. And it will also act as the stock pond for the C1s to go through their first winter. So once I've graded them out of the tank, you know, that autumn, the best ones will come across to here, and they'll be brought through the winter here totally covered and with netting, because I've got nets for both of these as well. So I'll just show you exactly where that's going. So again, those that follow and those that have followed me since the start, the beginning of this year, these are obviously tanks, concrete tanks that I have, and they're useful. Okay, so they're super useful. So I don't want this one especially actually holds water really well. So I'm not going to get rid of this. But if we come up over to the top here, you will see that these systems were set up probably for trout. Now it's overgrown a little bit at the moment, but there's an outflow there that goes into the main runoff when I evacuate the main lake. But this channel here and this channel here are okay. But as we come to here, the wall is completely cracked and it's leaning in and it's dangerous. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the big machine. We've already got some height there. I'm going to use that as an existing external wall for this silt trap area or stock pond. I'm going to take this wall out, and it goes all the way around, comes all the way around here. I'm going to take this out, and then this here is going to be the top of the pond. So I will then dig out from here across to the start of the other one, which is that good channel, but leave a battered edge on that so it supports that wall, because obviously if I fill that up and I haven't got that supported, it could easily collapse. So I'm going to leave a good amount of earth there. So this area here, this whole area here is going to be the C1 stock pond. Super close over here. I've got a little bridgeway super close to the tank, so I can grade them really quickly and easily, move them across to here, the best sort of 3 to 500, and they can do the winter here completely covered with netting and electric, because we're very close to the river and it'll be an easy spot for predators to get in. And that's my job for next week, so stay tuned, because all that spoil has got to go somewhere, and I don't want to have to dump it out, to be fair. So what I'm going to do is I chatted with Billy about this last night, and so I'm going to move it as I bring it out. I'm going to deposit it here, and then some of it I can then slew over and dump over there, which means I can thicken up that whole bit of bank. At the moment it drops down. I can thicken that right up, track it in, no problem. And I'm also going to thicken up this area of the dam wall and bring it out so that, you know, this slope here is about here. And the reason for that is then on top here I can then put all of my swimming pools, and I don't have to run them down when I'm moving fish. I can swing up the fish with, I'm going to use machinery this year with buckets. I'm going to be swinging the fish up onto the top here into their swimming pools, which will all be set up here. Super easy, a lot less manpower needed, and it should be tickety-boo, as they say. All right, lots of graft to do, but all super exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Next week's going to be a Bobby Dazzler. Right, catch this, bye-bye. Now, I have some other long-term plans for this site, which is to build on it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get permission to do that, but of course, for the next sort of year, I'm going to start drafting the plans for a fully self-sustainable eco home up here, a modular pod type place that I'll get made off site and dropped in, triple glazed, fully insulated. It'll run off solar and hydro from the river, our own sewerage system, and water from the roofs. Skillion roofed, all glass fronted, sitting up on stilts. I'm going to show you where it's going to be. If I can get the permission for it, it's going to be bloody awesome. So this is where the garage would be, just up here. You drive up the path that's already there, I'd just make it into a proper gravel track. And then here, we would walk into the back of the home. Only small, I don't fancy anything big, but just nice small little place, maybe 1 or 2 bedrooms on either end, big central living area. And then this would be the slope, and that would be your view. Sitting out looking over the lake. I reckon it could be pretty lovely. We've got a lovely little forest bit behind us as well, which we can have, we can put some horse shelters in. There's enough grass here for horses. And this is sort of a longer term plan here, if I can get permission for it. I just think it's a beautiful site, and I always love being up here. I mean, obviously Fensmere is a pretty incredible place as well. But we've got no neighbours here whatsoever. You're completely away from it all. And it is, yeah, it's pretty special. All right, just thought I'd let you see that, because I always get quite excited when I look at it, and I'd love it. It's not all lovely jobs on the farm, and up at Fensmere, here I am digging out tons of bloody mud by hand that's blocked up some drainage that comes off the land here down into this hole. So just increases that flow. And what happened last year is this field over and then flooded over here, which was basically taking out my my path around, the big path around the lake. So yeah, it's not all beer and skittles, is it? It's sometimes getting dirty and covered in shitty old mud. Lovely. Well, I think it's safe to say that the parrot's feather's doing very, very well up in my little pond here. It's a little pond that I originally dug to bring on the little leanies, and it has a natural spring over in this corner. It's underneath our house here. It has a natural spring that came out here. So I might expand this a little bit and just have it as a little C1 pond in the future. But I'm bringing on the weeds. So I'm bringing on the parrot's feather here, and it's looking lovely and beautiful, isn't it? And funny enough, I'm going to show you, it's been spreading a little bit of its goodness down into Fensmere. This. So it's come down the little stream that I dug along from that top pond, and it's just starting to come out in the lake here, which is lovely because it's along this margin, and there's a few little areas of it. This is the lawn. This is the lawn swim. And there's a few little areas I've seen it as I've been driving past. Let's have a look. Got any more of it? Here we go, look, there's some more up here. There's loads of flag iris and stuff here, it's gorgeous. Here we go, look. Look at the little lovely stuff, look. Just starting to come out here, look. I know Anton would be loving that, look. Look at it. Beautiful. So it'll just spread out on the surface over here and just be a beautiful little marginal cover. I tell you what, if I was fishing now, I'd be up in here. Just moved up here. Oh, somebody's just jumped, I heard it. I'd be up here, blowing a hooligan von Gooligan, and holy moly, look at that. Might be a bit of wind, I'm afraid, but I tell you what. That looks pretty sexy, eh? Look at that, just flick a couple out there, you'd be into them. You know, the general will be giving it large portions, probably over here. And a few of the other big ones. I just disturbed a few as I went round. I was just checking stuff. Water level's up, as you can probably see. Water's beautifully clear. Fish colour is going to be epic. Really looking forward to seeing how the boys get on. And this coming week. Beautiful that the sun's shining. Lake is looking absolutely fantastic. And yeah, let's see what they have.